Okay guys, so today I'm going to give you guys some game on if you're a service provider or a coach on how you're going to be booking clients in the beginning stages of a brand new social media page, right? And by social media account, I mean Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. If you're posting on one application, you should be posting across all applications or else you're just kind of wasting your time, so you should make sure you're making use of all the pages you can. Some coaches will say that you should only use Instagram and YouTube to drive clients in certain traffic, certain places. But I believe if you are going to make the content, you should post it across every platform to bring leads in the door. So anyways, if you have a brand new account, what I mean by that is 1 to 5,000 followers, right? But this advice is actually still extremely useful for creators that have already 20, 50, maybe even 100,000 followers and they're just not active on their social media and they know they have clients sitting right there in their followers, right? So you need to be active on your social media to get these people to engage with you, to get them to build a relationship with you, to trust you, to book with you, right? Of course, some really popular artists or really talented artists might hold their heads up high and be like, no, I don't need to promote myself. I have clients coming to me anyways, whatever. This is for business owners that truly want to scale and make the most of everything they have in front of them, right? So on the low end of posting daily, right? And you need to be posting the right things. You can't just be posting anything, right? You want to be posting high quality reels, maybe some B-roll, some raw content showing off the client experience, showing off how the environment is in the shop, showing how the environment is in your studio, if you're a nail tech, a hairstylist, whatever it is. Show how you interact with your clients authentically. Show happiness, show your clients looking in the mirror, seeing the final product, and being extremely happy, no matter what you do. Like I said, it's for all service providers. If you're a coach, show testimonials, show your clients losing weight in the gym, getting active, show yourself getting active on a daily basis, be the example, and that is what our content is going to compile of. Our content is not going to be something that's like way out of the box that we're trying to grab people's attention. Yes, I will teach you how to formulate a hook. I will teach you how to do the basics of content creation, but at the end of the day, content is simply how you run your business, okay? You have to show that to people. If you're trying to sign new coaching clients, post on your story, actively trying to sign new coaching clients, boom, keep people in the loop, because that's what your social media is for. It's social media. Social media. You have to be social, and this will definitely equate to your business, right? And I had somebody tell me in the DMs the other day, this guy messaged me before I got but he goes, dude, I own a dump company. I literally just moved, I think he had a company where basically he'd come pick up, he'd leave the dump trailers there. He'd fill them up when you're moving out of your house, cleaning out a property, whatever, and he'd come pick it up and throw it away, right? Or he did dump removal, trash removal. And it's a good business model. And he said to me, don't know how this could really help my business, blah, 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 blah. And I said, look, man, I'm not here to convince you, right? That's not the point of me posting this free game on my social media, but I am trying to open your eyes. And what I will say is that I've worked with landscaping companies, I've seen junk removal companies and construction companies gain hundreds of thousands of followers and scale to hundreds of thousands of dollars in business within only a few months using social media. So that right there just answers what he was talking about. It will definitely bring you local leads. No matter what your business is, you should be attempting this, and you should definitely be putting this in your work, because this right here is how you're going to scale a business 100 times faster than just through word of mouth and through the old school ways. First things first though, no matter what business you have, you need to make sure you have a quality product. I can't stress this enough, guys. If I have somebody hit me up who wants to work with me, the first thing I'm looking at is the quality of their business and what they give in return for how much they charge, right? So for example, my client who was a landscaper, I definitely checked his page, make sure he was landscaping, doing a good job, having tons of positive reviews from his clients. And that stuff just shows in the business, right? When you reach a certain amount of clients in a business, it just shows that you have good customer service, you take care of your people. And if you're a good tattoo artist, you're a good hairstylist, whatever, you're gonna continue to get referrals, you're gonna continue to get business, and you'll stay pretty steady, but you won't be able to truly scale the way you can with social media. So make sure you have a quality product. This is the baseline, this is what you need. Posting daily on a brand new account generates 1,000 to 5,000 views on the low end for every video. So most of my clients, when they start posting on a daily basis, once, twice a day, 3 times a day, ideally 2 to 3 times a day, they're already getting 1,000 to 6,000 views on their reels, right? And it doesn't matter if they only have 100 followers, you will get that many views on your reels. It will push your stuff to new people. If you do the math on that, right? If you do the math on that, That's about 100,000 to 30,000 people that will see your page on every single month. This is free advertising on social media. But not only is it free advertising, because it's not just something that lasts for the weekend while you're paying for the ad, this is your page that will turn into a funnel, that will turn into a brand that people are going to recognize you from, book with you through, and bring you most of your clientele. It's going to drive your referrals through the roof. First things first, to keep people engaged from posting daily to generate these views. And like I said, guys, if you guys need a little bit more help to implement this inside of your business specifically, go ahead and just apply down below for a call with my team and see if you qualify for my one-on-one mentorship. I don't do the other bullshit these coaches do. I don't throw you into a course and just tell you to have fun. I literally sit with you guys one-on-one, craft a plan, a detailed plan, and make sure moving forward we attack all the problems inside your business, fix them, and have a solid plan moving forward from there. Link in bio. Just go ahead and apply, see if you qualify. Anyways, stay present on your stories to engage with viewers and answer their questions. Direct market research. I've talked about direct market research in my last YouTube video giving free game. So if you didn't see that, go ahead and watch that right after this. Extremely helpful, extremely important, and one of the most underrated tools every business owner has at their disposal right now that they need to be using on a weekly basis so that they have a really good understanding of their market, of their ideal client, of the people that are following them closely every day. I've talked about the funnel in that last video as well, how your social media is going to be set up to turn into a funnel, all right? So this is a little bit different. I'm not going to go dive too deep into that. If you need more information on that, go watch that video. It's just posted a couple videos ago. So if you have more than 5,000 followers and they're not fake, this is important. I don't have any fake followers. Your fake followers are going to fuck you over, right? If you have more than 5,000 followers, go ahead and post every day in the same way that these people in the small amounts are posting, and you will as well gain 5 to 10,000 views every single day on the low end, right? It depends, right? I'm not guaranteeing you 5,000 views. You might get a video with 1,000 views. I have clients with 250,000 real followers who still have videos that get 8,000 views. But you want to know what's so important about those 8,000 views? Those 8,000 people that watch that detailed long video of him talking with a client are buying customers, right? So do a CTA on every post, and daily means you are organically advertising to about 30 to 100,000 people every month with growth. If you continue posting on a consistent basis your daily process of running your business, you will have growth, period. It's not a fucking debate. It's fucking true. When I say do a CTA is a call to action, right? And if you're a coach, it's a little bit different, right? I think that when you're a coach, you have to be a little bit more driving traffic to free information so that you can nurture those people more. But if you're a service provider, all the CTA is putting a phone number right there on the bottom caption of all your videos. On all of my videos at the bottom, it says text 754-707-2888 for booking. Big or small tattoos, whatever inquiries, whatever you need, I got you. I put that on every single video I posted for the last 5 years. You know what that made my phone into? That same booking number I've had for years now is a funnel that through my social medias is everywhere on videos that get views and views and views. Old videos get views, new videos get views. I average about 50 million views every single month. That phone generates me about 30,000 leads. Not 30,000 leads. I'm done. 3,000 leads every month, at least, on the low end. And what I mean by that is that if I was to have my lowest viewed month on my across all my social medias funneling to that phone number, right? I literally alone will only get 100 messages a day. That's my baseline, 100 messages a day of inquiries for more work, right? So this is how you scale a business. You need inbound leads to your business. It's extremely important. And also, the reason this method usually fails, and I want to talk about this because there's a lot of stuff that you guys are doing, is that number one, there's no consistency. You need compound interest. Posting every day is not just to post every day to reach new people. Posting every day is to nurture the people that you already have, right? Compound interest is extremely important because not only does it create a brand in terms of like people seeing you consistently and they start to recognize you, but it builds fucking trust. It builds a real relationship with people, right? Look at my client, Creative Soul, Justin. He is constantly creating a relationship with his clients, and no shit, he charges some of the highest prices of any of my clients or any artist I know, period. Also, he's more booked up and he's more popular and he's growing substantially, right? Look at his content. It's all after us working together. But at the end of the day, it's more than the content. It's how he compounds that interest, gives it to them real, shows them exactly what the experience is going to be like working with him, And at the end of the day, he's selling a high ticket service, right? But he treats every client that books a consultation with him the same. He treats them all like fucking royalty. He is super attentive, super caring, and applies so much time and effort into his business that it shows in everything he does. So, no consistency. This is something that is needed. Compound interest. I know it sounds self-explanatory. I know you've heard everybody say it. You need to be consistent. But how many people are actually going to implement it, right? Winners win, losers lose. Not enough content. This is what everybody tells me. I just don't feel like I have enough content. I'm kind of posting the same thing over and over again. Bro, document, don't create. Why are you trying to create a B-roll video every single day when you could just touch on a new topic or a new pain point that you could talk about that your clients, your ideal clients, would resonate with, right? Why are you not documenting every part of the process of the service you provide on the daily basis and the interactions you're having with your clients? The number one people are going to see. When I look up a business on Google, the number one thing I look at is just the reviews. So guys, I was just explaining to you on that video why these things don't work sometimes, why the method I was just talking about doesn't work for some people, and I'm going to keep going through these topics. I actually filmed 17 more minutes of that video, which was deleted because my phone ran out of storage and I didn't even realize it. I was just filming on my phone just to be convenient, that video. But anyways, I'm going to break it down to you guys here on the Loom a little bit better. So first things first, make myself a little bigger here. What I was saying was, lastly, was that if you have people coming onto your page on your Instagram as your website and seeing testimonials over just seeing a portfolio, that is going to be the reason they choose you and spend more money with you rather than the next guy. I can't tell you how many service providers you go to their page and there's not one client review on there. Not one. And I'm talking about service providers with hundreds of thousands of followers. And I'm not saying you need a whole lot. I'm just saying this is what moves the needle for most of my clients in terms of charging the highest rate and getting the best success rate through their content, right? So if you don't have enough content, that is where the next problem arises, and that is the whole mindset of document, don't create, right? You need to document more of your process, more of your daily life, more of your daily work to bring people in through your content, to create a connection with you, to create a relationship with you, to trust you and have, enough trust in you to spend their hard-earned money with you over somebody else who probably would charge them a lesser rate, but also doesn't have the same proof of concept or the same social proof that proves to that person they can trust you. You need to adopt the mindset of document, don't create when it comes to creating content on your social media. And what I mean by that is you need to document more of your daily lifestyle. If you're taking sales calls for your business, record those sales calls and post them, right? If you are working with a client doing a consultation, record those consultations and post them. If you have finalized a design for a tattoo and you're showing a client the final design, record that and post it raw, authentically. Do this on a weekly basis and document your lifestyle and document your daily process of running your business to have that as content in your profile. That is going to be what you want to post, right? And document, don't create can mean many different things for many different people. I know business owners that document, don't create means finding a few different angles with their tripod throughout the day to add to a B-roll video of a day in the life. It could be one of my clients like Creative Soul Justin, where he just likes to post raw videos of his clients' consultations when they're there for their appointments, right? Like there's different ways to do this. And that's why I said, go apply down below, see if you qualify to book a call with my team so we can get with you on the mentorship and you can actually start working with somebody one-on-one so I can break down what works for you, your personality, and your business and what your main goal is in specific. Some people want to drive leads. Some people already have leads. They just need help closing those people. They need help with the sales. There's a lot of different parts of the business that you could need to work on, right? So we all understand that. The next thing we want to keep in mind to make sure this process works is that we want to be focused on the smallest amount of work to bring us closest to our main goal. Right? So we should always have a main goal inside of our business, and every single day we should focus on the smallest amount of work that'll get us closest to that goal and try to delegate as much of the other things as possible to other people that are trusted inside of our business, right? I know a lot of you guys might not be at this point because this is more so for beginners, but there are a lot of people that applies to as well. So the smallest amount of work that's going to bring us closest to our goal for me is posting on social media so I can promote my business and I can get clients through the door. If I can effectively promote on my social media on a daily basis, I know I can sustain a certain amount of inquiries every single day to my booking phone. And that is how I'm going to drive traffic and keep my employees busy, right? Keep business coming to my business, right? Keep the sales flowing, keep conversations started, all of that. The next thing that's going to hinder this process is not enough trust and credibility. And the number one way you're going to establish that trust and credibility is through the consistency of the content and through the consistency of sharing how you had a problem, solved it, and XYZ was the process, and then the outcome, explaining the outcome, right? You need to be able to do this effectively over and over and over again for your clients to understand where you're coming from, build a relationship with you, trust you, and for you to have credibility in their eyes. Right? You need to constantly remind them and remind the new people coming through the funnel as well. Not enough conversation started. The number one way sales go through my DMs or through my booking phone is from personal conversations started. You need to treat people for these high ticket services, high ticket offers as more special qualifications. You qualify them through your content, right? By being specific, by being, open about what you charge, etc. And then when these conversations are started, you need to be personal with these people. You need to talk to them. You need to hear out their pain points. You need to hear what they are going through to be able to help them, right? If somebody's going to spend thousands of dollars with you for one day of your service, they should be able to reach out to you and have a personal conversation with you. I firmly believe in this. And I believe in this is what makes the high ticket price so appealing to these people, right? For example, my client Sage, he's a tattooer, tremendous tattooer, right? And he told me, yeah, I had like 50 inquiries on my booking phone, and I answered them all with like an automated message, basically telling them, like, tell me what you want to wear, blah, 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 all the information, and I'll get back to you with pricing and availability, right? So I didn't ask them, talk to them about their idea, how they're doing, how can I help you? It was straight to the point, send me all this information, goodbye. And I told Sage, I said, Sage, if you call a company and an automated robot starts on the other side of the phone, I don't know about you, but I immediately just go connect me to an operator. Even if the fucking robot makes complete sense, I don't want to talk to a fucking robot. I'd rather talk to an operator, right? Especially if I'm spending a lot of money with this person. So Sage immediately went back, hit up like 20 of those people from the past day who didn't even respond to him, right? He called them, reached out to them. Hey, it's Sage. How's it going? I was busy the past couple of days, but how can I help you? The way that I told him to approach, talking to people through the booking process, right? And immediately told me that most of those people reached back out to him after he reached back out. And he booked like 6 clients that night, right? So these are people he told me he never would have even reached back out to after they didn't respond to that initial text, right? You're leaving so much money on the table by not having an effective booking process and not starting enough conversations. As a coach, as a service provider, whatever you do, this is crucial. Now, diversifying posts and doubling down over time. You need to put more effort into your social media, more effort into your content to show people different parts of your business. So what I mean by that is, yes, you're going to have to wake up and show people your daily process, show people you working with clients, show people you working on projects behind the scenes, show people how, a few years ago you weren't shit and now you've came up and started your business. You need to share a lot of the process that people have no clue about. And it is definitely going to be, something that is going to be, you're going to have to put a lot of time and effort into it. You're not going to get a big return out of something you put barely any effort into. So I need that to be 100% on the forefront of your mind. You need to diversify your posts. You need to share with people many parts of the journey. You need to share with people many parts of the process and how you do your things and how you do your business and how you work with clients, right? And then also you need to double down over time on what has worked for you. So pay attention to the analytics. A lot of people are not paying attention to the analytics side of their business. You may be able to make content that gets a lot of views. It's super entertaining, right? But does it translate to clients, especially high-paying clients? Absolutely not. That is the crucial difference between diversifying your posts and doubling down on what works over time. And to effectively read those analytics, it's not very simple, right? I mean, it is simple, but at the same time, it's hard because most people don't even understand to look at their booking phone after posting a certain type of video and seeing how people react to it, right? I've done research over the years, seeing how I've shared my business and what has been most effective in turning people into paid clients, turning people into real fans or real paying, real people who look up to me and want to work with me in the future, right? So you need to create relationships for this to happen. You need to diversify your posts. You need to double down over time. I know that you guys might need a little bit more explanation on this process for you specifically in your business in specific. So if that's the case, just go click the link down below to see if you qualify to work with me for my one-on-one mentorship. In my one-on-one mentorship, I have a lot of clients right now that I'm working with who are service-based business owners and a lot of clients that do all sorts of things. I have clients that are landscapers. I have clients that are tattoo artists. I have clients that are nail techs. I have clients of all sorts, right? And what I need you guys to understand is that I keep a very close individual track of all of my clients and the progress that they're making. I have detailed modules here on all the different things that they're probably going through, they're probably dealing with. I have calendars, I have checkpoints, I have all these different things that I will be following up with them on a weekly basis throughout our calls. As you see with this here with Zach Floody, we filled out all of this numerous times to be really aware of where we are in our process and where we want to attack next so we can better ourselves in our business, right? I have so many modules on here, and these are all 30, 40 minutes plus, right? So I have tons of information on here for coaches, but just having information is not really ideal when you're looking for a mentor to work with. You want somebody who's going to sit with you one-on-one on these calls, create a plan so you can effectively take care of that. And it caters to what you run as a business and how you are as an individual. Right? Not everybody is going to be able to go on social media and make the same type of content and have the same type of success. It's not possible. All right? But okay, guys, hope this was helpful for you, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching.